Have you ever suffered the acute psychological torment of a curious kid question? You know the ones. Why is the sky blue? Why is my poop brown? How is that fly walking up the wall? Well, in this video, we're going to tackle 6 curious kid questions to arm you with the extremely unnecessary knowledge required to appear as an absolute genius in the eyes of human beings who cannot be trusted to walk with scissors. Alright, there is no better place to start than with why is the sky blue? This bad boy has got to be the founding father of curious kid questions. And before you say, oh, well, it's the reflection of the ocean, I say, whoa, pump those brakes, friend. I'm saving debunking common misconceptions for a later video. No, the color of the sky is all about light's interaction with our planet's atmosphere. The visible spectrum of light is made up of 7 colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. The shorter wavelength of the color blue just so happens to be close in size to the most common molecules that make up Earth's atmosphere. This causes the blue light to scatter more than the other colors, resulting in it being ricocheted right on down to your eyeballs. This is also why you see more orange and red during a sunset. With the sun down towards the horizon, the light needs to travel through more of the atmosphere to reach your eyes, resulting in the colors with a shorter wavelength being scattered away before they can make it all the way to you. So how do you explain this to a child? Gosh, you know what? Maybe we really should just tell them that it's the reflection of the ocean. Although then they would probably ask why the ocean is blue, and it gets its color in a very similar way. Okay, say light is made up of all colors in the rainbow, but blue gets stuck on its way through the sky, and that is why the sky is blue.
Nice.
Other than inspiring an absolute banger of a tune, rainbows are another atmospheric question that may just get flung at you on a rainy day. And if you already find yourself explaining why is the sky blue, then you better just chuck this one in there while the revelation of light being made up of 7 colors is still fresh in their mind. So, a rainbow occurs when sunlight shines toward rain. When the light passes through a raindrop, it is bent or refracted. When light bends, it breaks into its 7 colors, with each color leaving the raindrop at its own distinct angle due to the differing wavelengths. This produces the consistent arrangement of colors we have come to love, we've come to know, and even sing a song about. You can actually reproduce this effect at home, and many of you probably have. You just need to spray a mist of water into the air on a sunny day. Alternatively, you can also refract light through a glass prism to produce the same effect, which is great seeing, everyone has one of those laying around. Oh hey, I may have just come up with my first merch idea. Let me know in the comments if you'd buy a useless glass prism.
Hey Mark, I'm gonna sell glass prisms.
Oh, and while you're down there, would you mind giving the subscribe button a little tappity tap? I am miles away from being monetized, so I'm currently unable to sell my beautiful glass paperweights. I mean, prisms. Anyway, on to the next question. Sticking to the topic of colors, let's tackle a question truly worthy of contemplation and scholarly inquiry. Why is my poop brown? This is honestly a pretty good question, and one that we may have all wondered while vigorously scrubbing a little bit of bum graffiti off the porcelain throne. And the answer to this one may actually surprise you. After your body has sucked out all of the nutrients from your food, the product that remains is actually kind of grey. So if it isn't your body that turns it brown, then who is our little Colin Picasso? the culprit is actually bacteria. We have all kinds of friendly bacteria that help with our digestion, but one of them has made it all the way through intestinal university to graduate with a master's degree in digesting old, dead blood cells. When doing this, the bacteria produces a chemical called stacobilin, which, you guessed it, is brown. So with not much else there to colour your poop, you'll be flushing down just a beautiful shade of stacobilin brown. However, microbiology isn't the easiest thing to explain to kids, so this is likely another one that needs to be simplified. Something along the lines of, you have tiny bugs living inside you that poop brown liquid, so you better eat your vegetables to keep the bugs happy. Side effects of this explanation may include insect-related nightmares, and I take absolutely no responsibility. Now that we know how poop gets its colour, let's talk about something that likes to eat it. Flies are a global phenomenon, and there is nothing worse than trying to hunt one down only for it to land on the roof and stare down at you like a six-legged Giga Chad. But the mechanism for this gravity-defying superpower is actually a lot simpler than you might think, and is finally something that is easy to explain to an inquisitive child. And the answer is...
Drum roll, please.
Flies have sticky feet. Like, literally. It had long been thought that the curved hairs on their feet were somehow gripping the surface, but in reality, those tiny hairs produce a glue-like substance made of sugars and oils. In fact, scientists found that flies leave behind tiny sticky footprints when they walk. The really clever thing is that each foot is equipped also with a pair of claws that help to hoist their sticky foot off the wall. But they've also been observed to push, twist, and peel their little foot pads free. Now, I dabble with a little bit of aviation myself, so this one's kind of close to my heart. And look, there couldn't be a child in the world who has stared at an airliner and not thought, how does that massive thing fly? And when they ask you, you can hit them with an unbelievable 2-for-1 deal, as this also applies to helicopters. An aeroplane's wing, or a helicopter's rotary wing, referred to as a rotor, produces lift, and if there is enough lift to overcome the weight of the aircraft, then it will fly. So the real question is, how does a wing produce lift? This is often explained using Bernoulli's principle, which I am sorry to say just does not apply to lift production. If you're a pilot and this shocks you, let me know in the comments and I will make a whole video explaining how you have absolutely been lied to. No, the two major principles in play are Coanda effect and good old Sir Isaac Newton's third law of motion, the latter being the most prevalent, so we'll focus on it to answer this question. A wing or rotor blade deflects air down as it travels forward. Newton's third law states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So for all of the air that is being pushed down, the wing is being pushed up, producing lift. If you've ever watched a helicopter take off, then you would have seen just how much air that rotor is pushing down in order to lift the aircraft. And although less noticeable, it's just the same with an aeroplane. So you can explain this one pretty easily too. The aeroplane's wing pushes air down, which lifts the aeroplane up. Simple. We've done physics, we've done biology. Now it's time for some chemistry. And cooking! Have you ever found yourself weeping over a cut onion, only to hear a concerned child ask you why you're such a little bitch? Neither have I. Usually they just ask why you're crying. A Japanese study in 2002 actually found that cutting an onion releases an enzyme called lacrimatory factor synthase. When released into the air, the enzyme converts the amino acid sulfoxides of the onion into sulfenic acid.
But wait!
as sulfenic acid is very unstable and quickly rearranges itself into the tear-jerking chemical syn-propanethyl S oxide. This is the stuff that turns dinner into a hormonally charged screening of The Notebook, where you're not really sure why you're crying, but just have a sneaking suspicion that you just really needed it. Or in a nutshell, the juice just irritates your eyes. Alright, that's it for today, and you are now armed with the answers to 6 classic Curious Kid questions. And I really hope you learned something too. If you enjoyed this video, then it would be awesome if you could give it a like, and while you're down there, consider being an absolute legend by subscribing. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so let me know in the comments if you are subscribed, as I would love to thank you personally for joining the Wise Mind Collective. Thanks for watching. It means the world. I'll see you next time.